Om Shanti. When I am in self-respect of a charitable soul, I extend my cooperation to every soul. I will not think that whatever anyone is going through is their karmic accounts. But extend sympathy, love, cooperation. And that's the charity which one will do if you are in your self-respect. Even if someone is careless and has fallen, I will still give hand to make that person rise. Be bestower of blessings and constantly share God's love with every soul. True service these days is to uplift everyone. Make everyone powerful. And let everyone claim blessings from Baba. So create that self-respect of a charitable soul. Om Shanti.
हसरत है हमारी बाबा कर दो वो पूरी आके मिल जाओ प्यारे बाबा हम बच्चों से आके मिल जाओ प्यारे बाबा हम बच्चों से आके
देवता अर्थात सर्व गुणों से सजे सजाए ये दिव्य गुण संगम के देवता जीवन के श्रृंगार इस समय दिव्य गुणों से सजे सजाए होते हो तब ही भविष्य में इस स्थूल श्रृंगार से सजे सजाए तो देवता अर्थात दिव्य गुणों से सजे सजाए और दूसरा देवता अर्थात देने वाला लेवता नहीं देवता तो मास्टर दादा हो कि कभी लेवता कभी देवता चेक करो कि दिव्य गुणों का श्रृंगार सदा रहता है वह कभी कोई श्रृंगार भूल जाता है कभी कोई श्रृंगार भूल जाता है संपूर्ण सर्व गुण संपन्न कि ब्रह्मांड स्वरूप के सर्व शक्तियां फरिश्ते स्वरूप के डबल लाइट स्थिति और देवता स्वरूप के अतापन की निशानी और दिव्य गुणों संपन्न बने हैं। तीनों ही स्वरूप अनुभव करते हो, जैसे पाप के तीन संबंध पाप शिक्षक सतगुरु सदा याद रहता है ना, ऐसे अपने ये तीन स्वरूप सदा याद रखो। समझा क्या करना है? चारों ओर के सर्व ब्रह्मांड सो फरिश्ता, फरिश्ता सो देखता, तीनों स्वरूप के स्मृति स्वरूप आत्माओं को बाप दादा का याद प्यार
आपकी याद आते ही हम तो खो जाते ख्वाबों में।
Om Shanti. Be one with elevated self-respect and continue to give regard to everyone. Uplift those who have fallen and make them cooperative. If any effort maker falls down due to his or her own weakness or because of carelessness, that is, even if someone comes down from his stage, the duty of you charitable souls who are stable in your self-respect is to uplift those who have fallen and make them cooperative. Those who are stable in their self-respect should never think that that soul is suffering the consequences of his actions, or that those who do something will definitely receive the return of it. That is also a trace of bossiness or arrogance, which souls who have self-respect cannot have in them. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vikti Parivar. Today's day 3. Be one with elevated self-respect and continue to give regard to everyone. Today's topic: uplift those who have fallen and make them cooperative. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti, everyone. You are okay, happy, everyone is well. That's very good. We revise last Sunday's Murli from Sunday to Saturday. And I think today was the conclusion of the Murli, where Baba said that we have to be Brahmins, angels, and deities. Because as Brahmin, we follow Srimad, and everything we do because of the purity and the lightness that it makes us angel. That means it's very, very important to be a good Brahmin. Whatever are the attributes of Brahmin. Especially Brahmins are shown that they study and they teach. They are always shown in hand, the scriptures, because that's what they read to others. I had been noticing that whether it's Brahma Baba, all our ancestor souls, they all have lots of love from with knowledge. And that's the source of power. So a Brahmin, good Brahmin take shower in the morning, in the evening, keep themselves clean. But this is the shower in knowledge. Morning, evening, whenever we have few minutes, think about a point, churn on that and share with others. But also, as we had been given the awake signals, and we take it as homework, what are the qualities of one who has self-respect? What will they do? It's not that they think if someone has fallen, it's their karmas. So let them settle. But one who is in self-respect will act as a deity, right? That means give cooperation, help the soul. So giving is important. So that's what Baba is saying, that one who is because of someone's weakness or carelessness, someone has fallen. So a charitable soul will not think it's their karmas. If you can help, sometimes you feel maybe your stage could be affected. You yourself could be influenced by that weakness. But use the power of self-respect and uplift that soul. I remember that even physically, if you uplift someone or lift someone, they feel very, very obliged and they become cooperative. I have experience of helping many, many souls physically, and I find whenever they see us, they have so much respect. And those who are even against us, they become our good friends. So apply this and see within the Brahmin family also. Sometimes whatever others go through, we get affected and we think maybe that's what is happening, and many times say this is happening, that's happening. But if we are in self-respect, whatever some souls are going through, we try to help them. So Baba is saying that it's like you will feel merciful, not kind of neglect it, So Baba, charitable soul will always help. I think we kind of review in our life where I had thought and I couldn't help, or I had thought and I could help, and I maintain the thought so that I can continue to cooperate. Making them cooperative also, and is because of the help you gave. But all this is really very in a subtle way, right? As Baba said, if I have good wishes, good feelings for everyone, if there is love, you will naturally do it, right? But if there is ego, you will just pass and say, well, I can't help. Even to ask people, do you need help? Do you need anything? I find that even just little way, do you have everything? Can I help in some way? Even just simple words like these give lot of pure feelings of belonging. Oh, I am being asked. So what Baba says, that be in self-respect and be a charitable soul. Always help, sympathize, no ego, no force. But Baba is saying it all should be self-respect and a lot of love. Even if they are not in knowledge. Sometimes we think I only could help Brahmins, but there are people who sometimes seek help or seek advice, and so whatever way we can help, we should. Once I was coming out of the house, and there is an older woman who lives next door. So she likes to wear like high heels, and so when she was walking, and she tried to greet and she fell. Well, she was old and not very big. So I just gave her a hand and she got up. So then she went home. She was going for her business. So her son, oh, I want to help this church. I want to do this. You all are such good people. My mother was fallen and you have, like he was so much. So the change could happen. They never, being from different religion and culture, they won't look at us. And now every time they will bow, they will wish, and it's respect which emerges. No, Baba says if you do anything in self-respect, give respect. When you give respect, then you will also receive respect. So we have so many examples, right? So to be kind, to compassionate, sympathize, and love. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. So today is Saturday, so we'll be having chit chat. So we'll do our Avyakti journey. Welcome to Avyakti journey, Avyakti Parivar chit chat, conversations that open the heart and elevate the mind. So we welcome our dear angel brother, Brother Eric. Welcome.
Om Shanti, each and everyone. Greetings of love to each and everyone. And yes, to our dear Mohini Didi. Nice to be with you again tonight. And self-respect is such a big topic, so I'm sure we may not even have enough of 1 month to look at all the aspects. there was one aspect, Mohini Didi, I was really curious to ask you. And so, good evening, Om Shanti.
Shanti.
Yeah, I was curious about one aspect of self-respect because, you know, we build self-respect sometimes by telling ourselves our titles, the titles Baba has given us. We remind ourselves, I'm Ganesh, I'm Shiv Shakti, I'm a victorious soul. But I was wondering, how do you see the relationship between giving ourselves or reminding ourselves, like you said earlier, of those titles and the need to have a dharana that will sustain that self-respect? In other words, an example, if I say I'm a peaceful soul, I'm like Baba, master ocean of peace, then the phone rings and then it's, I don't know, my mother-in-law who tells me something and I get very upset. I mean, I don't have a mother-in-law, but I suspect. And I get very suddenly upset. And I thought, oh, I was just telling myself I'm an ocean of peace to have self-respect. And 10 minutes later, my behavior is not matching. So are we building our dharana by creating a stage of self-respect? Or at some point, is it our dharana that would really create our stage of self-respect? How do you see the connection between the two?
Mm-hmm.
Is that okay?
Yeah. They both are like, if I am in self-respect, I will try to maintain that stage or dharana. And Baba used the word yesterday that it's like sitting on your seat or on your throne. And you don't have to get up from your throne. One is that, but other also is that, when Baba says you are a deity, is it just I intellectually accept, or really I feel from my heart that I have good sanskars, I have sanskar of giving, I have many, many divine qualities. So I am deity, right? So, but then if I am deity, of course, it should match, as Baba said, all divine virtues, but also you have to bestow, because deity means one who gives constantly. So I think all the time we have to match both self-respect and its attributes is dharana, and because there is dharana, then there is also self-respect, like Baba keep talking about Roop Basant. And I like that very much, that you are embodiment and you shower also all the time the jewels. Now, it could happen once in a while you say something which is not very pleasant or very sweet, but you say sometimes. So, but you don't have to come out of self-respect. You don't have to give up that. Sometimes you say, I'm not that, so I can't have self-respect. But Baba has said, and I accept it, but some percentage I'm still making it, right? So I think there is good connection of self-respect and dharana and self-respect.
And do you feel that, if we're body conscious, not bad, but just like body conscious, do you think that this is actually not being in a stage of self-respect? Some people can have lockic self-respect, right? Like logically they're body conscious, but they have self-respect. But for us Brahmins, is it not that being body conscious is actually denying our spiritual self-respect, not being aware of the soul in its beautiful, elevated way?
Yeah, because Baba said in Murli that whenever I and my comes of body consciousness, then we start saying things, doing things which are really not of that respect, self-respect. Because, we look at all of us, like when stage is or dharana is very ordinary, our thinking is like very ordinary. then it's lack of self-respect, body consciousness, isn't it? So I think that is what Baba was saying, that you do it in such a way that you inspire others. And others also look at you and say, well, I should be like that. So if we are a good example of self-respect. One time I was in ORC and Asha Ben was giving, people give introduction. And she said, one thing I noticed, that you have a lot of self-respect. So she said it and I heard it. Then I started noticing why she said it. Because let's say if some people say things for you, right? This one is like that, or criticizes you. Are you affected or not? If you are in self-respect, you will just smile. And if you find there is something lacking, you will make little effort. But it won't bring you down from self-respect, right? Because everyone has their own sanskar. So they see things and say things according to their sanskar. Right?
So where do you think that self-respect comes from in that particular case for you? If you say, I keep smiling, that because I'm in my self-respect. So is it a self-respect that you generate at that time that you are being criticized? Or is it a self-respect that you've been cultivating for a long time?
If what is being said, I am not that, or I haven't done. Second is what Baba asks me, what Baba tells me. So my honesty and also what Baba says. So then you know that this is the soul sanskar. I know that many times, many people ask me, how come this one said it and you didn't? I said, I don't want to take it because it's not really correct. It's not true. So why should I take it, So you don't take those words. It's up to me, if I take or not. If I start identifying myself of what everyone says about me, right? But then there are a lot of people, they say very good, beautiful things. So I take that and I say, well, yes, that's true. This is what I am. So criticism really doesn't bother, right? It does.
And do you find that, I come back to my first question, is you see a difference between the self-respect that comes out of dharana after many, many years? And do you see a difference with that self-respect and the one that we can generate with knowledge, with churning, or with meditation experience, feeling Baba telling me you're, wonderful, courageous soul? Is there a difference between those two self-respect, or is it the same?
But, even before coming Gyan, many of us were in some self-respect. And it's so interesting that before Gyan, I also found that there is, if you have devotion in your life, if you are honest, if you always spoke truth and some values in your life, you have a lot of self-respect because you know what are the values and you live by those values, and that gives the self-respect. But that self-respect might not have soul consciousness, but also they are qualities of the soul. So there is self-respect. But then there could be ego with that little bit.
Yeah. I was going to say, in your case, I know the story of your childhood, and you did have amazing values from your childhood. If I were to show you the movie of my childhood, you would say, well, maybe it's a bit different. It's not a good movie to watch anymore anyway. But I think there will be, for us, I think many of us would have mixed self-respect with body consciousness and ego in many cases.
See, the transformation which has happened in everyone's life, because you had that self-respect and we had lost it. So when we come to Baba, we do feel immediately. Otherwise, you won't decide to live this life with purity, with spiritual love, with the spiritual disciplines. because there is self-respect as your real virtue, real quality. That's why I decide that I want to live this life. Even there are a lot of fluctuations and up and down, but there's a lot of deep love to be in that self-respect, right? Because last kalpa, you were an angel. Now you're becoming again, and you will become again. So there is within that self-respect of an angel in every Baba's child. But if it doesn't remain constant, then souls are a little disappointed or tired. And they say, oh, I can't remain in that state. But still they want it. That's their desire.
I know you were feeling very close to Mama, and June will be Mama's month. And I was wondering if you can share a little bit how you experienced Mama's self-respect, in when you were in contact with her. How do you feel that was being expressed, her self-respect?
No, yesterday we were listening to Dadi Prakashwani talking about Mama. And so Mama, I think that when she recognized her role, her part, and also then, her quality of a Saraswati, that means because, one good thing is that they don't have any outside information like we have. We keep a lot of information. But what Mama had was maybe a little bit of bhakti, but not anything else, right? So her thinking, the way she understood knowledge as wisdom, the way she understood each point, if you read her book, little point, and she will 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour, talk about that point. So she understood her role and she played this role of being Saraswati. So that's her self-respect, right? So I saw her all the time. You have seen Mama's picture sitting in the garden, reading and writing. Wherever she is, she only does that. So her dharna, her title, her self-respect, everything was together, And so much tolerance, natural tolerance, very cool and sweet, and all this comes from self-respect.
Do you find there's any aspect for your life that you felt at some point, oh, I want to be like Mama, and that you imbibed from seeing her?
Means she was so stable, and she knew Baba loves her. Baba has selected her. And same I feel all the time. That is Baba who has chosen. It's Baba. I know he loves me. Baba who using our qualities and service. So we have to just be inculcate, and Baba uses us. So yeah, I do feel very much like Mama too.
Right. Sometimes we are either here in our centers or we go in Peace Village. And Baba always says, recreate, the beauty of Madhuban, or that every place should be like a mini Madhuban. What would be your suggestions in terms of a dharna that would really transform a place or transform the atmosphere to make it a little bit like what we want to see in Madhuban?
We do what happens in Madhuban. No, Dadi Prakashwani says that why you all like Madhuban. It's the timetable of Madhuban. So if we maintain that timetable, if we pay attention to traffic control, Amrit Vela, Murli, evening, whether writing chart or revising Murli, I think if we maintain it, then automatically everyone will feel, oh, when I come here, it's like Madhuban. When I come here, it's like Madhuban. And we have to do karma yoga everywhere. Until we have body, we will do karma yoga, right? For personal and also sustaining the body, you have to do karma yoga. So I think that just following, first timetable, and then internally, then the efforts and dharana both are very important. Timetable is important, but then our dharana and efforts are also very important.
Is there a specific dharma you feel that we as a family, as Brahmin, you have been watching us for a long time? Are you sometimes thinking, come on, they should get it by now. They should really, it's something that they're not doing right, or how come it takes so long? Do you feel we're missing some dharma that you wish that we should
Sometimes
have a little bit faster, or that we're not getting?
sometimes we need to sit and review, have conversations. 2 evenings, Thursday evening, I told the Peace Village Nivasi, there are about 22 of them, said I will offer bhog with all of you. So they all, only they were here. And then yesterday, because Thursday Baba's message was that take this meeting, not just do little admin thing or little meeting, but do it as a journey, do it like, we're all going together towards our final stage. So yesterday I sat with them, everyone, like one who has to give accommodation. What has happened that some or other we are more people than we could accommodate. So there is always concern, we can't give them single room or we can't do this for them. So Baba said, if you use power to accommodate, then others will accommodate. So she really was touched and she started doing, and she finding it that she is very light and like some feelings come and she's able to do it in a very appropriate way. So what I find that little bit of reviewing with everyone who's overwhelmed with what they have to do for such a long time, they feel really uplifted, they feel strength. And today then one or two send a very nice experience that today we were expecting a bus of 50 people. They come once in a while from different organizations to visit Peace Village. Now on one side they are preparing, other side they have these 50 people coming. Anyway, generally we serve big lunch to them because come from New York, so it's 3 hours, and tea, snacks, and it's so interesting when finished. Everyone was so light, and so I think that there is this quality, but once in a while we should sit together, those who stay at center or those who are regular, to create that inner lightness, to create that Baba is the one who wants to show us the magic. So this way, I saw a lot of difference within 2-3 days.
Mm.
So it could be done at all the centers, right?
I heard you mentioning quite a few times the last few days the journey, that you are seeing us on a journey together, and you seem to be like our, Shiv Shakti Pandav at the front leading us, and you seem to be concerned that we don't fall off the cliff, or we don't get late, or we don't trip, or we don't get sick. You seem concerned with the quality of our journey, which is very nice to feel. You think
Because
there's
I
something there
feel,
about the journey, yeah?
say it again, sorry.
You feel there's something about the journey that we need to pay attention to.
Because step by step, we should move forward, right? Okay, we come for a meeting, we come for retreat or whatever, but then we have to be more subtle. And actually, I could have spent more time, but now, like I'm putting in a lot of ideas, and they had meetings for so many months. But my feeling is that I was telling them if 200 people spending money for ticket, they come here. So what we have to do, what we have to offer, or what we have to do together should be taken into a very spiritual way. So some of the ideas I had, and I had been sharing since a day or two. Another thing, what I learned, that no one single person should do anything. There should be a team, which generally we have. So Dorothy, when last night got very sick, we wanted to send her to hospital, and she said no. But this morning, 9 o'clock, she couldn't tolerate, and we knew that there is something. So she went to hospital. So she had created the list of who will read Hindi only, who will read English only. Lot of things she printed and gave us. But I'm just giving example. In drama, anything can happen anytime, right? And drama really means one good thing and one little bit of test, right? So how do we look at game? But what do we learn from there? You know, that nothing should be, we had Brother Ed here. So you, anytime, like, let's say they have insurance company come here. So they have to talk about insurance. And insurance, not a peaceful age, but we have many centers under umbrella insurance. So after COVID, things are changing. So he always used to say, I like someone else to sit with me so that there are more than 2 ears to listen. Because if you forget or you don't hear, then other person does. And I also try to do same. So I think that, a lot of, it's a journey. So within journey also karmic accounts come, right? And how do we then handle with those obstacles and yeah.
Do you find in general maybe we should be a little bit more spiritual? In other words, is it just that by
I
doing?
want entertaining, spiritual, lot of fun, lightness, togetherness, and not necessarily just classes. I was telling them, I don't know if other Eric called you and gave some of the ideas. I told them, if we can do it, then yeah, I want everyone to be very happy, very light, and they feel that Baba is taking care of them and they don't ever feel abandoned or isolated or lonely, because this could happen. No, Baba's in this family, even it's a big family. So I feel that those who come here, they should really, really be healed properly. They feel they got what they came for. Not only we had good meeting, few admin items, and that's all. I feel we should do it very, very rich, very rich.
That's what I feel from you, and that's why I'm trying to pinpoint. What totally do you want to give us, or what you want us to experience that will make you feel okay? We are looking after the journey. And I remember when you came, when you had your new position in a way, or title, and I asked you what was your vision, and you said, I want to make this organization a family organization, to know that this is for family, we're the family path. And I find that you maybe like Mama, your quality, and we often say you remind us of Mama, because you also have that quality that you want us to be functioning together as a real family. So I'm wondering if it's that what you mean by also we're on a journey and we should be together with the real characteristic of a family.
I mean, we all have that quality. If you are at service place, what would you want, right? Whether they are 5 students or 20, that they should be together. There should be love, there should be harmony, right? That's what you want. So I think it's a very common thing, and we all should attempt for it and extend it not only where I am or few places I coordinate, but it's like unlimited family. So I feel everyone should get everything they are internally, their needs are. Even they might not know their needs. So I had been telling all those Nivasis and Sevadaris that you all have to be in that, love and harmony, sweetness. Then others, the whole atmosphere will become full of that.
So if you had to give us one magic
no divisions, huh?
No what? No?
No divisions.
No division.
No territories, nothing.
All right. So if you had to give us to conclude, a magic toli that will give us, a very unique speciality. So Bhumi heard the word toli, so did you? Time for toli. So Tony, looking, didn't forget about the physical toli, but the spiritual toli you'd like to give us when we come together with you in Peace Village? What would it be?
Very, very beautiful intoxication of our fortune. Anyway, in every way, we are very fortunate comparative to what we would have been in Lokic life. I was telling them to have home like Peace Village or everyone retreat places is God's gift to us, right? If people have to go for a little trip, they have to spend so much money, stay in a hotel. We have thousands of homes all over the world. You have experience in Nepal, right? Or France or anywhere you go. So this fortune, and that's from that fortune, the self-respect and self-dignity. So when Baba says, you are the richest, and I agree. Right? How many, right? Because who will have so many homes? What is your address? You give the whole booklet. This is the addresses I have. No, it's a big booklet in India, which has all the addresses. So one time I jokingly, at the airport, I said, well, this is my address. So I can stay anywhere. And when we go, it's like a family, They treat you well. Baba said, totally blessing, gifts, everyone gives. So I think that richest, highest, holiest, and it's true, it is there. So how much self-respect we will have, we should have, right? So let's enjoy the fortune of Confluence Age.
It's a wonderful combination. That's the awareness of fortune creates also self-respect and dignity. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So what's the magic Toli of the week?
I am from royal family. I'm from the rich family, and also in a pure way, no pride.
Right.
But pure pride is there, right? This Toli is beautiful Toli. We haven't tasted. I don't know what it is made of, but it's nice Toli. Nuts, okay. It has a lot of nuts. Okay, take it.
Not too much sugar, huh? You told us not too much sugar.
Generally, we try to put less sugar.
Thank you, Mohini Didi. Always really nice to be with you. Looking forward to see you in Peace Village very soon. And yes, we'll be thinking about these fortune, awareness, dignity, and self-respect. So
I was telling Brother Eric in New York that we are together in region 5 days after later now meeting, and we should have 5 themes, from unlimited, limitless love or whatever. And every day we take one, and whole day like we experiment with this, we experience that. So we feel that, we are doing something spiritually also. Having a good class is helpful, but doing and kind of churning on that. So I told him I haven't thought, but when I get time. So we just divide it into 5 parts. Or everyone can do 1 or 2 in their own meetings also. So it's like we feel that we have taken another step. We are moving forward.
Yeah, he did contact me, and we're going to do the Eric and Eric show. Something. We'll think of something to accompany you when we're there next week. It will be lovely. Thank you, Mohini Didi. Lovely, and looking forward very much to next week being with you and the family. So good night to Avyakti Parivar, everyone, and Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you very much, Didi and Brother Eric. It's a wonderful chit chat. Now let's do our Avik Murli. Welcome to Avik the Journey. Avik Murli is from 1969. Speaking to the heart of an angel.
Om Shanti. Avyakt Murli, 21st of January 1971. A Lokik invitation for the subtle region. What is Bap Dada seeing on the forehead of each child today? What is the one thing that Baba sees? The form of light. The sparkling star of the fortune of each child is visible. When Baba sees every child, the good wish he has is that each child should create the highest fortune. At the present time, even though Baba, in the form of the bestower of blessings, has come to give blessings, every soul claims blessings from the bestower of blessings according to his capacity and according to his power. This time has the special blessing of enabling all souls to claim blessings. If not now, then never. One can say that today is the auspicious day for these souls to claim blessings. During the entire Kalpa, very few multi-million times fortunate souls experience this alaukic meeting. Children have brought you into contact, but what do you have to do now? After coming into contact, you have to come into a relationship because there is elevated attainment through relationship. Always remember two words. Remember the self and remember the time. If you remember the self and constantly remember the time, you can attain during this life an elevated reward for many births. Today, you have invited Baba for a meeting. This Avyak meeting can only be celebrated if you stabilize yourself in the Avyak stage. Are you able to understand this? Today, Baba is seeing to what extent everyone has become the embodiment of power. The images of all of you, the memorials of the Shaktis are shown number-wise. How can the images of the Shaktis be discerned? Do you know? Do you not know the image by which your powers are discerned? The memorials of the Shaktis are created in various ways, number-wise. Have you forgotten your images? The memorials of the Shaktis are shown number-wise in different forms and with many arms. Sometimes those images are shown with a certain number of arms. At other times, they are shown with a different number of arms. Some are the Shaktis that have imbibed 8 powers. Some have imbibed more, and some have imbibed less. Sometimes 4 arms are shown, sometimes 8, and at other times 16 are shown. They are shown number-wise. Today, Bap Dada is seeing how many powers each one has imbibed. You call yourselves Master Almighty Authorities, do you not? Master Almighty Authorities means those who have imbibed all the powers. Do you have a vision of your form of power? When Baba sees each one's form of power in the subtle region, what does he see? In the subtle region, Bab Dada has an alokik exhibition. How many images would it have? You can count the pictures here, but can Bab Dada's pictures be counted? Bab Dada is inviting you to come there. The one who has to give an invitation gives it. But those who have to arrive must be able to reach there. Bab Dada is giving all of you an invitation with a millionfold great happiness. Each one can have an experience. If you were to experience the Avek stage consistently, you would experience that just as through science, something which is far away can be experienced as being near. In the same way, you would be able to see the activity of the subtle region here very clearly. With the power of the intellect, you can have a vision of your form of all powers. At the present time, because there isn't sufficient awareness of it, you are not able to be powerful. Finish the ways, and then you will become powerful. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Vikti Parivar. So now we will take Drishti from Didi and remember Baba. And just to remind tomorrow's schedule, tomorrow is Sunday, Amritula, 3:30 a.m. to 4:45 a.m. Meditation will start at 6 a.m. followed by Hindi, Sakar Murli, followed by meditation, Bhog offering, Avekt English Murli. Evening meditation starts at 6 p.m. followed by Spotlight Drishti sharing, Hindi series, meditation commentary by Didi, English series, and Avekti journey. So now let's remember Baba and take Drishti from Didi.
Shanti, everyone. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.
Be one with an elevated self-respect and continue to give regard to everyone. Uplift those who have fallen and make them cooperative. If any effort maker falls down due to his or her own weakness or because of carelessness, that is, even if someone comes down from his stage, the duty of you charitable souls who are stable in your self-respect is to uplift those who have fallen and make them cooperative. Those who are stable in their self-respect should never think that that soul is suffering the consequences of his action, or that those who do something will definitely receive the return of it. That is also a trace of bossiness or arrogance. Which souls who have self-respect cannot have in them.
श्रेष्ठ स्वमानधारी सम्मान दाता बनो। गिरे हुए को उठाना, सहयोगी बनाना। यदि कोई पुरुषार्थी अपनी कमजोरी से या अलबेलेपन के कारण नीचे गिर जाता है, अर्थात अपनी स्टेज से नीचे आ जाता है, तो भी आप स्वमानधारी पुण्य आत्मा का काम है गिरे हुए को उठाना, सहयोगी बनाना। स्वमानधारियों के संकल्प में भी यह नहीं आ सकता कि ये तो अपने कर्मों का फल भोग रहे हैं, करेंगे तो जरूर पाएंगे। यह भी रोब अथवा अहंकार का अंश है जो स्वमानधारी आत्मा में नहीं हो सकता।